to pay $1.70 and $1.10. Assertive Last Second pays a place tote of $1.20, and Priceless Joy has run a bold race for third. Insufficient starters for a third tote, and didn't she stick like glue? Priceless Joy, that was the surprise packet. I think everybody expected the Eagle and Assertive Lass to beat those other fillies. Well, I think it was Kenny Callender wrote in the paper this morning, he said they got 50 metres on them. They didn't have 50 metres on Priceless Joy, who's run a hell of a race at long odds. What price was she, Priceless Joy? Yeah, 20 to 1 on the tote. And I'll tell you what, she made Assertive Lass work for second. But Dashing Eagle, well, you can't do any more than that. She gave Assertive Lass probably 2.5 lengths start from the 600. Assertive Lass was 1 off the fence. Dashing Eagle was 4 deep on the turn, and she's beaten her about 3/4 of a length.
Right. Race 6 at Caulfield, and they're off to a good start. Hey, Missus, one of the first to jump out. Chlorophyll got away well also. Bell Band showing speed, and Last Spy. Street Talkers going very fast, followed by Tishan Moon, Bullion Lady, and Courtly Qualms is last of all, settling into stride, and Last Spy raced up along the inside to take the leader. About a half length to Street Talk. 2 lengths further back as Tishan Moon over on the inside, and they were being followed by Chlorophyll, and a bit further back in behind them, over on the rails to Bell Band, and further back in the field, around it over a length and a half. Hey, Missus, Bullion Lady, and Courtly Qualms coming up towards the 700 metre pointed. Street Talkers ranged alongside Last Spy. They show out by a length and a half. Tishan Moon on the inside of Chlorophyll. 2 lengths around and over. Bell Band, Bullion Lady well back. Courtly Qualms and Hey Missus. They're making the home turn. 450 out. Street Talk the leader. Chlorophyll is starting to run on quickly down the outside, being followed by Tishan Moon, and back behind them is Last Spy. But it's Street Talk the leader coming to the 250. Chlorophyll coming down the outside in hot pursuit, and Tishan Moon is there also as they come past the 200. Street Talk about to be tackled by Chlorophyll, and Tishan Moon is in the centre. Street Talk is still the leader. Tishan Moon trying hard. Chlorophyll can't go in at the moment. Street Talk hanging on is just in front. Street Talk is going to see it out. Courtly Qualms or Tishan Moon in a photo for second and third. They're followed by Bell Band. Chlorophyll weakened, then Bullion Lady around and over, and back in behind them. Hey Missus is second last, and Last Spy's run last. Well, that mare coming back to her own grade today was too good. Very handy mare in her day. She'd been racing against older class horses, and against the males, of course, and today back to her own grade. She was too good. $6.50 and $2.10. Street Talk defeats Tishan Moon, and Courtly Qualms has come from last to figure in a photo for second and third. And the winner of the race is Street Talk. Street Talk, the winner, ridden by Norman Weymouth, pays $6.50, and it is by Marauding out of Ladies to Wino, raced by Mrs. K.H. Simpson, A.W. Weymouth, trained by Ellen Weymouth at Mornington. Just holding on. Courtly Qualms has been a good run. Chlorophyll was beaten at this point. She was struggling. And Tishan Moon there, participating with Courtly Qualms in a photo for second and third. And not much in it between that pair. And here they are, minor placings coming up after the running of the Jeffrey Bell main plate. All numbers are 3, 5 and 8. Number 5 is second. Courtly Qualms has got up for second, ridden by Greg Hall. And third placing to number 8, Tishan Moon, ridden by Peter Mertens. 3, 5 and 8 in the Jeffrey Bell main plate. $6.50 and $2.10 for Street Talk. Courtly Qualms at $1.90 and Tishan Moon at $2.10.
Waiting on the light. There's the light, and away they go. Over on the inside, one of the quickest to get going would have been Pride of Powers, showing also a little bit of speed as It's a Miracle is going to come across from number 13 to be on the fence on settling down from Johanna's Lady, whipping around her. Deeper out Fintona Bell, and they're being followed by Wexford, the centre from Anna Karenina. Out deeper was Donnybrook Fair, and they're followed then back on the inside rail now by the head of the others, Pride of Powers. She was being followed between horses then at the head of the rest of them by Southern Sigrid as they come down with just over a lap to go. Bestino's circling the field, and then Marrow Match and Lake Lexi Discover at Demas, and Zdenka was last. They've got 1,800 metres left to go now, and getting through on the inside here to take the lead away was Donnybrook Fair. Donnybrook Fair shows the way about a length and a half now. In second place, Bestino. Johanna's Lady settles third on the inside of Fintona Bell. 2 lengths away to Wexford, and It's a Miracle on the rails. A length further away to Pride of Powers, and on the outside of it, Anna Karenina. Then Southern Sigrid, Marrow Match and Lake Lexi Discover a Demons back at the rear, and Zdenka is back with her. They're racing towards the 1400 metre mark now, and carting them along, it's Donnybrook Fair. Donnybrook Fair about 2.5, nearly 3 lengths to Bestino. Johanna's Lady saving ground on the fence, and 2 lengths away then to Fintona Bell. A length further away, It's a Miracle, who's settled all right, and 1.5 to Wexford. They're followed by Pride of Powers, Anna Karenina, and deeper still on the outside is Southern Sigrid. A length and a half further back then came Marrow Match. She's followed by Zdenka on the outside of Discoverer Demas, and 2 lengths away Late Lexi has now dropped out to last. In the direction of the 800 metre mark they go, and it's Donnybrook Fair, a length and a half. Johanna's Ladies had a very easy run in second place. A length and a half away third, 2 in behind them. It's a Miracles had a lovely run. Fintona Bell a neck away fourth. They're followed after 2.5 then by Anna Karenina, getting up on the outside of Wexford, and then came Marrow Match. Bestino's dropping out, so is Pride of Powers, and they're followed by Zdenka. Hard written below the 400. The sprint's on now. Johanna's Lady went up here with It's a Miracle getting the rails running. Fintona Bell, they turn together. They've beaten off Donnybrook Fair. Wexford are getting through on the inside, and out wide a Marrow Match in the straight. Johanna's Lady, Fintona Bell the maiden. It's a Miracle, Johanna's Lady, Fintona Bell. Marrow Match is grabbing the lot of them. Marrow Match doing better than them all, and Marrow Match gets up to win it from Johanna's Lady. Fintona Bell's run third. They were followed by Zdenka. It's a Miracle didn't get the trip. Either did Wexford or Discoverer Demas. They're followed then by Donnybrook Fair, Anna Karenina. Pride of Powers behind it. At the head of the others then would have been Southern Sigrid, Bestino, and Late Lexi, the last one.
All right, 1 Marrow Match, 17.40 and 3.10. Pretty tight for third there. 3 Johanna's Lady, 2.10. We've gone 12 for third, Fintona Bell at 5.90. But we'll let you know if there's anything different to that very shortly. Juggler 1.90, 4.70 Octagonal, Falante 2.70. Blinkers first time today, Falante, number 4.
Farm. Starters ready now for the Chipping Norton Stakes. They're off and running. Octagonal might have been a shade slow. Circles of Gull bounced out in front. Leanne Olsen immediately takes hold of the mare, who wants to run, but she's now dropping back behind Falante, who goes to a narrow lead over Dupain. Circles of Gull third, won't settle. She's ripping and reefing on the inside of Juggler, who relaxes nicely. And 2.5 away, last of the 5 is Octagonal. Past the 1200 metres mark, and Jimmy Cassidy had Falante swinging along in front, about a neck on Dupain. A length away, Circles of Gull flatly refusing to settle, and is giving Leanne Olsen a torrid ride. A neck away to Juggler, and 2.5 to Octagonal, last of the 5. At the 1,000 mark, Falante is ambling in front, led by a half to Dupain. 2 away, Circles of Gold on the inside of Juggler. The mare hasn't done herself much good today. She's pulled very hard early, and Octagonal is now tacking on at the tail. Past the 800 mark, Falante about a neck on Dupain. A length to Juggler, who's racing one off the fence. Di makes a quick move on Octagonal. Glenn Boss on Juggler. Tried to go with him, but Octagonal showed an amazing turn of speed past the 600. He's exploded around the outside to go to the front as they come to the turn. Daring tactics by Shane Di. Will they pay off? He's got Octagonal in full flight on the corner, led by a length and a half to Juggler, who's moving to second. Falante third, flat to the boards, and the other 2 are beaten off. Octagonal first into the straight. He's got a 2-length break on Juggler. Boss goes for the whip on Juggler, who's coming out after Rocky. Octagonal's in front, 100 out. Juggler is trying desperately to pick him up, but bold tactics by Shane Di are going to pay off, and he pinches the Chipping Norton. Octagonal beat Juggler. I think Dupain will just get third in front of Falante, and last of the 5, Circles of Goals. Listen to the crowd. They were electrified by the way that race was run. Had Shane Di been beaten, they'd have tied him to the fence. But he's won, and the most amazing tactical ride I've seen in a long, long time has paid off. In all fairness to Glenn Boss, he did try to go with Octagonal, but Octagonal had his momentum up, and Juggler just got caught flat-footed. Octagonal pinched probably 2 lengths on him, and he's been beaten by about that margin. An electrifying ride, an electrifying win, and how am I ever going to put up with Simon O'Donnell tomorrow? Well, Shane will be very... beg pardon? Shane will be very pleased with himself. He'll be very pleased with himself. I've got to put up with him too tomorrow. I'm going to cop it from both sides. Wolf Blass definitely at Warwick Farm, Hilton. Wolf Blass today gave up his annual King Island sojourn to be at Warwick Farm. Just watching the replay, about a length and a quarter the winning margin. Dye hasn't been on this horse since the Cox Plate of 1995. What a great record. 2 rides, 2 wins, but today in spectacular fashion.
He raced with a zest of old, John, today. That sprint, he hasn't done that. He didn't do that in his last campaign.
Oh, yeah, mate, he's come alive again. He's an autumn horse. Could we have Jack and Bob Ingham on hand, please, to lead Octagonal back in? Could we have Jack and Bob on hand, please, at the enclosure gate to lead Occy back to scale? Am I going to put up with Simon O'Donnell this weekend? A spectacular ride by Shane Dye has paid off. Octagonal, a brown horse by Zabeel out of 8 carats, raced by the Woodland Stud Syndicate, trained by John Hawkes, and an amazing ride by Shane Dye. Occy is back. I'll just lean out the window slightly here and you can listen to this. I mean, we're at Warwick Farm. We're not at Moonee Valley, and it's the Chipping Norton Stakes. It's not the WS Cox Plate, and yet the reception here is similar. It really is. I didn't have time to tell you, just as they went past the post, Dupayne looked to duck in and crowd Falante, who might have even brushed the running rail. But he looked very badly unbalanced for a couple of strides just going past the post, Falante, and I think you'll find that's what happened. Numbers, of course, 3-1-2. Octagonal, Juggler, Dupayne, Quinella 390, Trifecta 105.50. The course double is $18.10. A length and a quarter by 3.5 lengths and 136.33. Well outside the race and track record held by Heat of the Moment. Well, you'd have to say, here are the sectionals. The first 1,000 in 51... No, that can't be right.
51.84.
51 for 1,000 metres? Impossible. That'd be 900. No, that can't be right. I'll just check the sectionals. They couldn't run 1,000 metres in 51. That'd be a world record. Last 600 I've got.
32.81.
What?
32.81, the last 600.
You're joking. 32.81. Goodness me. Are you sure of that, Bruce?
Yep. I'll check it with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Octagonal has broken 33 seconds for his last 600 metres. 32.81 for the last 600 metres. An incredible sectional. No wonder they couldn't catch him. Well, Shane Dye must have had that plan fixed in his mind, because he just dawdled out the back. In the first 600 metres or so, he started to creep up at about the 900, and he suddenly took off, knowing full well that if he got beaten, he would have been hung. But he knew he had to try something.
That's correct. That is correct.
No, it can't be correct. Think about it. It takes them 58 or 59 seconds to run a Breeders' Plate. Can't be correct.
All right, that'll be 900. Thanks, John. We'll leave you there. They set it up.
For a start, away they run. At an even break it was out of the stalls, although Skybow immediately has dropped back to last and settling into Strider. One of the first to show out is Skyburner in advance of Royal Line and Propose a Toast on the insider. Campaign Warrior going fast out deep, and so is Miss Tesla towards the leader. And they were followed by Mushtak a bit further back as Waikika Mukau, a length and a half, Socorano. Magical Storm is on the rails, a length and a half further back as Peep on the Sly, followed by Doremus, and Skybow has dropped back to last. Racing up the hill, and Campaign Warrior takes the lead by nearly a length on Miss Tesla. A length and a half then Skyburner. Royal Line is running fourth, followed by Mushtak on the outside of Propose a Toast. Waikika Mukau in behind them. A length and a half Magical Storm, a half length to Socorano, 2.5 lengths to Peep on the Slide. Doremus next to last, and Skybow is last of all. 1,000 metres out. Campaign Warrior, half a length to Miss Tesla, a length and a half Skyburner. Moving up on the outside then is Mushtak, and in that group is Royal Line, a length and a half Propose a Toast. Waikika Mukau on the rails. Magical Magical Storm, followed by Socorano. Peep on the Slide, Doremus and Skybow is still last of all. They passed the 800-metre marker, and the leader here still Campaign Warrior, about ahead in advance of Miss Tesla, moving up on the outside, and just behind them Mushtaka. Skyburner's on the rails, Royal Line further back, Waikika Mukau and Socorano on the outside, commencing to make rounder. They're followed closely by Peep on the Slide, ridden along now, Proposer Toast, followed by Magical Storm, Doremus second last, and still last of all is Skybow as they round the home turn, 450 left to run. Miss Tesla takes the lead in the centre from Socorano, and Mushtak putting himself in the picture. Further back then is Waikika Mukau, and coming down the outside, Peep on the Sly, Skyburner followed by Doremus and Proposer Toast. 200 metres left to go, and Miss Tesla is the leader. Peep on the Sly down the outside is rattling home well, and then came Socorano followed by Mushtak. Miss Tesla still the leader. Peep on the Sly coming at it down the outside. Waikika Mukau flying home. Peep on the Sly hit the front. Peep on the Sly has won from Miss Tesla. I think Waikika Mukau third ahead of Royal Line. Close in behind them then would be Skybow, which finished on well, followed by Mushtaka, and further back Socorano, followed by Doremus and Campaign Warrior, Proposer Toast, and last is Magical Storm. Peep on the Sly has triumphed in the TS Carline Cup. Didn't win by much, but it was a good strong win at the finish over Miss Tesla and Waikika Mukau. So we stand by for all placings. Peep on the Sly, the widest of the runners here. You'll see in the run down the straight, Miss Tesla under her lightweight was giving plenty, but Peep on the Sly coming with a very strong run. And Waikika Mukau and the Woodland Stud colours there, east to the outside to come after them. I think you'll find has got up to get a minor placing. And the winner of the race, number 3, Peep on the Sly, ridden by Mick Dittman. Number 3, Peep on the Sly. L. Dittman is first, raced by Mr. J.A. Shugiers, R.L. Martin, P.F. Marshall, G.P. Shugiers, Mrs. J.J. Maxwell, trained at Mornington by Bob Maxwell, winning the T.S. Carline Cup about a neck to Miss Tesla. And there's Waikika Mukau in third place ahead of Mushtaq the Rails. Royal Line there. Skybow has run a big race. The widest of the runners you'll see in the blue with a pink cap. And just behind them, Doremus there with a white face. Magical Storm in a bunched field going over the line behind the winner. So in the TS Carline Cup, it's Peep on the Sly, $4 and $1.90, defeats number 12, Miss Tesla, $2.20. Number 8 is third, Waikika Mukau at $5.20, as we awaited time for the TS Carline Cup, the 7th event, and we'll come back with the final race of the afternoon here at Caulfield, the Inglis Premier Yearling Sales Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies, 1,200 metres the journey, and the starting time will be 5:14.
3-2. Often racing, Wriggle Rebel missed it. He was last out of the gates as per usual. Baywaller the first to begin. Going fast, Louise, another promise, and Rhythm Lad not far away from Grand Arcade, Allendale Road. Be My Lovers going up in search for the lead shortly after the break from Daring Minstrel, followed by Double Ton. Wriggle Rebel a little bit worse than midfield, followed by Wriggle Desire. Miss Lockett drifting back with Howick, followed by Pud's Image, and a long way back is Narokna, and last is Bay Choice. To the 900 metres mark, they run the pace, a cracker. Be My Love on the outside and another promise. Baywaller into the box seat, third on the inside of Rhythm Lad. Daring Minstrel racing fifth. Then came Grand Arcade, sixth on the inside as they came down the side from Louise. Allendale Road next, and Wriggle Rebel midfield in between runners. Miss Lockett wide. Then Double the Ton, Wriggle Desire, Pud's Image, Howick, followed by Anchor In, and Bay Choice whips them in. On the corner, 450 out, another promise headed by Be My Love, which dashed to the lead. And at the 400, Be My Love, 2, another promise. Baywaller into the clear from Rhythm Lad. Then Louise, Daring Minstrel, Allendale Road, and Wriggle Rebel getting a move on in the centre, but he's under the whip. At the 200 metres mark, Be My Love the leader. Baywaller and Rhythm Lad trying hard, followed by Wriggle Rebel running home now. Be My Love and Rhythm Lad. Here's Wriggle Rebel. He'll get them today, Wriggle Rebel. Wriggle Rebel got to Rhythm Lad, 50 to go. He took the lead. He's drawing away. And Wriggle Rebel went home to beat Rhythm Lad. Third, I think, Be My Love. Just in front of Howick, and the next Louise from Wriggle Desire. Double the Ton, Baywaller, Allendale Road, Anchor In. The next home, Daring Minstrel, Bay Choice, another promise, Grand Arcade, Miss Lockett. And last home in the race, Pud's Image. The winner was Wriggle Rebel, number 10, ridden by Tommy Button, $4.75 and $2 even. 6 Rhythm Lad, $10.45. And I think the one on the fence will just last to get third, Be My Love, at $2.50, although the judge, in all probability, will call for the photo for third. Wriggle Rebel, ridden by one of the most promising apprentices, Tom Button. He's made such dramatic improvement. Have a look at this for a 3-year-old claimer. Now that's him in the red on the black and gold colours running fifth. He's got the whip in the right hand. And Wriggle Rebel, I can tell you, is not an easy horse to ride, because as you saw when the gates open, he bombed the start, as per usual. And now have a look at this. Now, Rhythm Lad hits the lead, and here he goes, a 17-year-old 3-kilo claimer, Tommy Button. Not a lot of room between him and Rhythm Lad, but he drove him to the lead, and over the final part, he went away to win. He's got good balance, he's strong, he loves being a jockey, and he's a good horseman. He's been on horses since he was 5-year-old, Tommy Button, and he's a very, very accomplished rider.
Thank you, Ken. Yes, they're under starters' orders for the Group 3 Liverpool City Cup. All set now. Starter onto his stand, but up goes Catapult. Catapult reared high. I thought he might have got a 4-leg over into the adjoining stall. Starter's come down off his rostrum. Rider of Catapult has scrambled out, Lenny Beasley. So there is a problem here. I've never seen him do that before. I hope he hasn't got a leg over there. He's normally a fairly relaxed horse in the gate, as far as I can recall. Gee, Kim Moore will be sitting in the stand extremely worried because she's got an ambitious program lined up for Catapult this time in, and she'll be distraught, worrying that he might have hurt himself here. Vet's having a look at him. Catapult has been taken out for a veterinary inspection. How does he look? He's okay. He's been cleared. Len Beasley leg back on board. Catapult's quite okay. Didn't lose any skin apparently. And he'll re-enter the stalls and they'll be off shortly. Oh, actually, Len Beasley has been asked to trot Catapult behind the gates. He's taken him 80 or 100 metres back behind the stalls. He's now turning and will trot back towards the vet. So I might have been a little premature in saying that he was okay. He looks fine to me. Yes, he trotted along nice and freely. And back in he goes. Yes, Catapult has trotted out to the satisfaction of the vet. And he re-enters the starting gate. Starter back on his rostrum, and they're ready for the Liverpool City Cup, and they're off now. Good start with Amber and Baroness Betty amongst the first out. Sword began well, so did Sovereign State. Little Montana Sands is charging over from the outside, poking through into a good spot. Winning Hand and Accomplice getting straight into the box seat. Just behind those In the Tropics, followed by Celestial Choir, Pearl Prince, Catapult, Chaskay, and out the back is Catalan Prince. At the 800 mark, Sword is the leader over Sovereign State in the centre. Montana Sands 3 deep. On the fence, Baroness Betty, Accomplice between horses. Further back in the field as they race down towards the turn is Restive at the 600 mark. And then Proud Player, Winning Hand on the fence. Celestial Choir between horses. Amber next, and she's a bit wide as they near the corner. Followed by In the Tropics, and then Catapult, Pearl Prince, followed by Chaskay, Catalan Prince last of all. On the corner, and it's Sword, Restive poking through in the middle. Sovereign State 3 out. Montana Sands is 4 out. And further out on the track, Proud Player, followed by Amber, who's widest of all. It's Restive putting his head in front of Sovereign State. Montana Sands, Accomplice getting up on the inside of all of these horses. Accomplice has grabbed a narrow lead close to home, and he draws away to win. Accomplice first, Celestial Choir got second. Heap of them there for third. In the Tropics, Montana Sands, Sovereign State, Restive and Amber close up, followed by Catalan Prince, Sword, Chaskay, Catapult, Proud Player, Winning Hand, Pearl Prince, and Baroness Betty is last of all. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? 14, Accomplice, Shane Dye, $5.20 and $2.10. There must have been 94 leaders. He got up inside the lot of them, and with the pull in the weights, Accomplice was drawing away to win well. Celestial Choir came wide and late to get second. That's his best run in a while. And third is a photo. In the Tropics will be one of them. Montana Sands another. Sovereign State was there with the white blinkers and the pink cap. Had his chance and just wasn't up to the task, and Amber raced disappointingly. She's on the right screen, grey, white cap, not far away, but not good enough. And mind you, she did make the bend fairly wide, but she wasn't beaten far, was she? But that's not, I mean, all good and well. It's no good to anybody. Montana Sands will get third, and has. 7 is third, Montana Sands. 14, 6 and 7. Accomplice first, Celestial Choir second, Montana Sands third. 14, 6 and 7. Accomplice has come a long way in a short time. That's his 4th from 7. He's a late 3-year-old now, of course. So John Hawkes has really taken his time with him. He hasn't bustled him at all. He's beautifully bred. He's by Canny Lad out of an Oakley Plate winner, With Me, and that's how they named him, being out of With Me, Accomplice. And the girls in the office deserve another pat on the back for a nice piece of naming.
Day Rebay, the inside stall. They're set. The lights on. They're off. Good start. Pray for Rain first out. Quickly hit by Pluie. Flaming Heart out well with Jaunty Dancer. Followed by Skyrocket going very fast. And so is La Bronx along the inside looking for the early lead. And Charlie is taking up a handy position. And they were being followed a bit further back in the field by Fairway Lass on the inside of Sell the Arc going forward. And just in behind them, Skyrocket settling into stride now. Flaming Heart has taken the lead at the 800. Led by a length and a half in advance of La Bronx on the inside of Charlie. 3 lengths away as Pluie. A length and a half Sell the Arc and Pray for Rain just in behind them. A length and a half into Skyrocket being followed by Miss Jugar. Fairway Lasses on the rails. Jaunty Dances a fairway back in the field with My Bright Tia, followed by Priceless Jewel, and last is Day Rebay on the home turn. And Charlie moved up on the outside to take the lead from Flaming Heart at the 400. Looks to be going well, the favourite. La Bronx east to the outside, followed by Pluie as they straighten up. Then there's a break to Skyrocket. Pray for Rain down the outside. Miss Jugar well back, and so is My Bright Tia. 250 metres left to go, and Charlie's kicked away a couple of lengths clear. In second place, Pluie is running on well, followed by Pray for Rain, and back behind them finishing along the inside of Skyrocket. But Charlie's in no danger and will bolt in. Charlie races home to win it by 2.5 lengths to Pray for Rain. Good go for third, Miss Jugar or Pluie in a photo. Ahead of Skyrocket, followed by My Bright Tia, Jaunty Dancer. Further back, Flaming Heart, followed by Fairway Lass and Day Rebay. Priceless Jewel. Sell the Arc is last home. And the one that's just got over the line and looks to have got it.
Now the runners are moving into the barrier quickly, ladies and gentlemen, for the opening race. Coming into line for the Bailey Henderson Hospital Class 2. Regarding Captain...
Henry Byrne, the rider, off the inside gate. They're all set to go. The light is on for the Australia Post Cup. Often racing. Came out in a good even line too. Atlanta Lad was one of the best to begin. He went straight to the front on settling down. Maroon Marauder going into second spot, and Garuda going for speed. Atlantic Crossing ridden hard to go up and join them. Mr. Cossack with that bunch from Zephyr Isle. Private Label, Major Promise, Surge Team midfield inside Power Walk. Starmaker trying to get over in the early part, about to do so from Teltina. Then Buck Passer, Sahara Andy, Lucky to Be, Monarch's Magic, and last of all Danamora. Gee, the pace is strong. Going up to the first turn, 9.50 to go. Garuda the outside, and Atlanta Lad led together. Atlantic Crossing 2 lengths away in third. 4 lengths Maroon Marauder. 3 lengths Zephyr Isle. Ahead Private Label the outside. 2 to Surge to getting a nice run inside Power Walk. Then Mr. Cossack, Teltina, Starmaker, Major Promise travelling deep. Then Lucky to Be inside Sahara Andy. Then came Buck Passer, Monarch's Magic, and last of all is Danamora. At the 600, Atlanta Lad led in front of Garuda. Atlantic Crossing third from Maroon Marauder. The back markers are closing in. Then Zephyr Isle searched. He's trying to get off the fence. He's in a pocket and he got into trouble. And Teltina switched up quickly and Power Walks into the fight. Atlanta Lad 300 out. Atlantic Crossing trying hard. Then Maroon Marauder on the outside now. Teltina followed by Power Walk, and Lucky to Be is coming with a big run. Searched. He's trying to get through the field inside the 200, and Teltina went to Atlanta Lad. Lucky to Be the outside from Maroon Marauder. Teltina and Lucky to Be will fight it out. Teltina's in front. Lucky to Be having a drive at him, won't get him. Teltina beat Lucky to Be. Third, Starmaker, a big run. Searched. He had a checkered passage at a vital stage from Atlanta Lad, Maroon Marauder. Sahara Andy, Private Label, Power Walk, didn't run home. Atlantic Crossing, Zephyr Isle, Monarch's Magic, Danamora, Buck Passer, Major Promise. A long way back, Garuda, and last home is Mr. Cossack. Teltina's the winner. Number 8, Teltina. I'd like to know if they ran the first 800 and 1,000 and that. Gee, they went hard. Now, one of the back markers got home. 8, Teltina, 22.30 and 5.50 the winner. 9, Lucky to Be, 3.20. 1, Starmaker, 2.65. 8, 9 and 1 will be the numbers. The judge has semaphored a photo for...
Now, Market Force has moved in with Too Darn Hot, and we just wait for Electronic. Electronic's been sold, Hilton. She has a new owner, Mr. K. Yoshida, and carries the Hula Flight colours now. She had about 5 owners previously. Starters onto his stand, ready to break in the last, and away they go. Our Best Man a shade tardy, and so was Heart Ruler. Revenge first out. Just a Printer began well, so did Market Force, followed by Mojave Dancer, and then Law of the Land. Our Best Man travelling 3 deep early. A gap to Electronic, and then Heart Ruler with Too Darn Hot dropping out last as they go to the 1200 mark. Plenty of pace on now as Leanne Olsen takes Just a Printer to a clear-cut lead. In front by nearly 2 lengths on Revenge. Market Force third. 2 to Law of the Land on the inside of Mojave Dancer, and Our Best Man has planted 3 deep. A length and a half to Heart Ruler, followed by Too Darn Hot and a half away Electronic. On the top turn at the 900, Just a Printer rolling along at a good clip, led by 3 or 3.5 to Revenge. 2 lengths away Market Force, a length Law of the Land, then Mojave Dancer. 3 deep Our Best Man, followed by Heart Ruler, and the last couple of Too Darn Hot and Electronic. Mojave Dancer